It's a vintage haul with Retro Stage. Hello, you lovely, wonderful person. Thank you for being here with me today. So we are doing a vintage haul from Retro Stage. Retro Stage has provided all the pieces that we'll be trying today. And because I am a lover of all things vintage, I am so excited to be doing this haul with you. So if you're not familiar with Retro Stage, I've got my laptop here. We're going to take a look at the website. They do lots of vintage clothes. So now when you go to the website, you're specifically going to see categories for the 1920s, the 1950s, and the 1960s. They also do swimsuits, shoes, accessories, and more. One thing that I love about Retro Stage is when you're shopping, you might see a dress and you click on the dress and then it will, if you kind of scroll down, it will show you shoes and accessories that go with it. So they kind of help you style your whole look. Something that Retro Stage also does is offer you sets. So for example, if you see a dress and a coat that you love, they'll offer it as a set and you can just buy it together. And I think that's really convenient, but also kind of helps give you some direction when you're putting together your vintage outfits. For the most part, things on Retro Stage fall within the $35 to $60 range. They do offer things like coats, trousers, skirts, dresses. They've got some fancy dresses, and we're going to try a little bit of everything today. For this collaboration, I chose 3 pieces from Retro Stage, and when I was thinking about what I wanted to do, what I really had in mind was kind of a day in the life of a vintage lady. So I chose a plaid pencil dress with a bolero shrug combo for $112. Now you can buy, I believe, the dress and the shrug separately, but as I mentioned previously, you can get them as a set, and so that's what I did. And then I also chose a gray 1950s faux fur lapel coat for $100. And I really had this part in mind as sort of, a lady going out and having her daily life, perhaps going to work or running errands. And since it's winter here, of course, I have coats on my mind. And the third piece that I chose was a black 1920s sequin maxi flapper dress. So this would be sort of the evening look once the chores and the workday are done. And I'm really excited to try all of these pieces. I've been looking at Retro Stage for years, but I've never actually purchased from them. So I'm excited to try now. I will say, actually, a few years ago, they had a romper skirt set that I really liked, and I tried to purchase from them, but it was sold out already, and so they sent me a very nice message about a week or two later and said, it's sold out, you can have a credit and get something else, or we'll give you a refund. And I looked around and there was nothing that was really an even value for a trade on that, so I went ahead and took the refund, but it was still a positive experience because they informed me fairly quickly and they got me my refund right away. Generally speaking, Retro Stage offers sizes 2 to 14 in US sizes, so you do have quite a range to choose from. The first piece to arrive in this collaboration is the evening gown. I have loved these evening gowns for years. I am so excited to try one. I love the 1920s style, and I've really wanted to try one of these fancier dresses for a few years. A few years ago, I actually did a 1920s theme as my Halloween costume, so if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that. But this dress is quite a bit fancier, and I'm really excited to try it. Right, let's get to the very noisy, crinkly unboxing. I want to note for this try-on that I ordered everything in a size 2, which is typically one size larger than I wear, but I'm flexible. Sometimes I can go up or down a size. So I got everything in a 2, and we're going to see how it looks. Already, I can tell you that this has a nice weight to it. It does not feel lightweight and cheap or heavy and burdensome. Let's use that word. That's a nice word. This feels like a really good weight, especially for the length of this dress. So this is the front, and you have this gorgeous mesh across the top with the design on it. And then you go to the back, and it's an open back, but the straps continue down into a V. And then the skirt goes down, and you have this mesh at the bottom. So this is really, really pretty. I'm really excited to try this. And of course you have the zipper that runs straight down. In case you're wondering, this dress is lined, so you can't see my hand through it. It has the mesh with sequins on top, and then the inside is a black opaque fabric, so it is lined. And it looks as though the skirt then is unlined. So you have a little bit of a see-through mesh bottom here for the skirt. But I mean, overall, the lining is nice and long, so you should be fully and modestly covered at least to your knees. Okay, let's try this on. I'm ready for the finest party at Downton Abbey in this dress. Indeed. Tried to quickly just do something a little more era appropriate with my hair, and I have my T-straps on for a little more era appropriate shoe wear. But this dress, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I hope that I have an event come up soon where I can wear this. I want to mention just quickly that this skirt, this over piece, actually is separate at the bottom. Not that that matters, I just noticed it, so I wanted to mention it. But yeah, this is a maxi dress. It will take a little bit of steaming to get the packaging wrinkles out, but it's a lovely dress. And unlike later styles where the pencil dress would be form-fitting, in the 1920s it was very much a straight waist. So if you're wondering why the silhouette isn't so like Morticia Adams wiggle, that's because they didn't do that in the 20s. It was a straight waist on things, and things were more breathable, and you were coming out of the age of the corsets where everything was tight and squeezed, and so this was a bit of a rebellion against that to have the straight waist. But very gorgeous. Love it. I'll have to find the right undergarments to go with this, but that's not a problem. So, and let me show you the beading close up. Look at the way that it catches the light. Look at the way that that sparkles. It's really, really gorgeous. I can't wait to do photos in this dress. It is so pretty. Highly recommend this one if you have an event, whether it's themed or not. This is a gorgeous dress. Okay, so the second package with the remaining pieces from our Retro Stage collaboration has arrived. I guess I need to make a few apologies before we get going, or maybe not apologies, but maybe some explanations. I've been sick. I have a cold, so my voice is all craggly and deep, which I don't mind. I think my voice has been compared to Vegan Teacher by more than one person who I've never heard, but it's my understanding that people generally don't like her voice, so maybe this will be a nice change for a little bit. And today is my day off, and my whole family left to go to work and school while I was out feeding all of our animals. And by the way, I should mention it is literally freezing cold outside right now. I'm looking at the thermometer. And they all left, and so I'm, like waving by as I'm feeding the pigs and stuff, and I go to walk back in the house in my bathrobe and pajamas with my frozen hands, and they've locked the door. Just out of habit, I'm sure they've locked the door behind them. So I spent some time locked out this morning, and kind of not feeling great already, but I managed to break into my own home, thankfully, and I got back in and warmed up for a bit, and then I got ready to do this video and realized that they had also driven off with one of my lights. So the lighting's weird, my voice sounds weird, I'm having a weird morning. The silver lining to this strange day that seems to be going kind of badly is that it's about to look up, because one of the pieces from our Retro Stage collaboration has arrived today, and so we're gonna open it and try it on. So, really, I know this might be silly, but anytime I'm feeling down, these little collaborations and try-ons, they really do pick me up. They really do lift my mood, just that there's beautiful clothes in the world, and we get to try them on here, and we get to share them. So let's jump in. All right. Here's the noisy part. Right, so the first one here is the shrug. And I actually really love, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I love that Retro Stage kind of does these combined sets for you. So if you see a dress and a shrug that you love, they'll put them together for you, and you maybe save a little in the process, or it just gives you this idea for something that you might not have thought to put together. I love that they do that. This feels amazingly soft. This part of the coat is soft, and then the fur on the collar is incredibly soft, and it's got a nice lining. So let me show you the shrug here. Flip the collar back. It's really, really cute, and it has fur on the cuffs. And then, so here's the back. This is really cute. I really like this. And now for the dress. So just like the shrug, this skirt is really, really soft. This is incredibly soft. It's not stiff or scratchy at all. And then you have the plaid top. So this is a one piece. It looks like a two piece, but these are attached. You have real buttons down the front, not faux buttons, and pockets on the skirt. All right, fantastic. I'm so excited. Let's try this on. Yes, please. This is fantastic. I love this. And you know what? The quality on this, I want to call it felt. It feels like a wool felt, is really nice. It's nice and thick. This is a winter dress. It's not the flimsy, thin, cheap stuff. No, no, no. This is nice. And I love the way this looks, and I love the way it fits. The shrug particularly, you know, I was thinking like it might be a little bit loose because most shrugs are on me, but it comes in nicely at the waist. It fits nicely in the sleeves. I love this. I love this so much. I wish all of my clothes looked like this. This is fantastic. So this is with the shrug, and I'll show you close up. And then without the shrug, look at this beauty. I mean, oh my goodness, I love the way this fits. This is fantastic. And this, the top portion too, is nice and soft. It feels nice and thick. So I'm not gonna say it's heavy. If I wore this to the office, I wouldn't be, you know, burning up all day, but this is a winter garment. This is for winter time. It's made for winter, okay? So it's fantastic. So this, you know, you got the bow and the buttons, and it's nice and fitted here at the waist, but it's not really tight. I love this. Oh, and the pockets, of course. This is fantastic. I think if, let's say I were to wear a vamp corset, which I sometimes do with my wiggle dresses, and so the vamp corset comes up over the chest and high up on the back, and then very tight at the waist and down over the hips. So if I were to wear a vamp corset and then snug this in a bit at the waist, I would use just a belt for my corset to make that tighter hourglass shape. But without the corset, it's still creating a very nice shape. And let me just show you the back. And I love that I can move in this dress and it doesn't, when you get thinner fabrics on a pencil skirt and you start to move in them, they really, really pucker. And this, I mean, obviously it's gonna move a little bit, but it doesn't have that constant pucker here at the widest part of the hips. It looks the way a pencil skirt should. It also, I just wanna note, a lot of people, a lot of brands make pencil skirts. And what they really are, because a pencil skirt really should hug your waist, give you room for your hips, and then narrow in again as it goes down. And so what a lot of brands are putting out there as a pencil skirt is just a straight rectangle. And then your body has to do all the work filling out that shape. This skirt comes in nicely again. So it's not this rectangle that then is expected to have my curves fill it out. It creates the shape around my body, which is perfect. That's what you want your clothing to do, is help your body out. So yeah, I'm so impressed with this. I really, really cannot say enough good stuff about this. And I've probably spent way too much time talking about this dress already, but I'm impressed. The quality is fantastic. The fit is fantastic. I love this dress and I cannot wait to wear it. There has been a slight change of plans to our unboxing. The coat that was initially supposed to be the third piece in this haul has gone out of stock. So Retro Stage contacted me and said I could replace it with an item of equal value. And instead, I found two items that added up to equal value. So, I mean, do I even have to ask if you know what I chose? Dresses. I chose two dresses that we're going to be doing instead of the coat. And since the weather is getting very beautiful outside, I think it's perfect dress weather. So I'm excited for the switch out, and I'm excited for the unboxing today. So the dresses have arrived. Let's go ahead and open them and talk about them. Bright colors. I think this is going to be perfect for summer because of these oranges and reds, or maybe even fall. So this dress is the 1930s flower long sleeves swing dress. It is $58 and it comes in sizes 2 through 14 on Retro Stage. I got some sort of 70s vibes from this, and it's really like the high ruched neck and then the ruched waist, and it's kind of a long skirt. I mean, I could totally see this with like a chunky sweater and some boots and a scarf. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So this is the first dress. And, you know, you got the zipper that runs all the way down the back, and inside, the bodice and skirt are fully lined. I love a ruched waistline for tummy camouflage. I think it does a really, really nice job. And this print, I like this print. It's so sunny and so happy. I love it. All right, let's try this dress on. So this fabric is incredibly light and smooth and comfortable. Like I said, I could wear it in the summertime, and I really think I could because it's so light. It's very silky, and it's going to need a steam. You can see some packaging wrinkles, so I'm going to have to steam it. I do want to say that I ordered the US size 2. Normally I wear a 0 in most brands, but for this brand, the size 2 fits perfectly. Like I really have no room back here where I could say needs to be taken in. It's a perfect fit. And I know the description says 1930s, but with the collar and the sleeves and the length, I'm really feeling the 70s vibe, and I love 70s fashion. So this dress is perfect. It's gorgeous. Let me show you just, if I can, the print a little closer. These beautiful bright poppies. It's a lovely dress. And here's the back. Yeah, this is a gorgeous dress. For the second dress, I went a little more classic. So this dress is the 1950s butterfly mesh stitching dress. It's black, and I love black and nude contrast in a dress. I don't know why, I just love those colors together. And everything about this just said like 1950s, 1960s cocktail party. I had to have it. I just loved it. It is surprisingly lightweight. You know, a lot of times when you get a mesh dress, depending on the kind of mesh, it can sort of add weight and stiffness to it, but this is nice and light and airy. So the bodice has some meshed ruching right here on the chest. I don't know if you can hear my kitty back there, but she's probably going to be talking all the way through this. And the skirt has these beautiful large butterfly prints and a floral design. And this almost feels like a sort of a crushed velvet design. So it's not just a print, it's actually a texture on top of the beige print underneath. And it's really pretty. I mean, there's so much detail to it. And then you have the beige or the taupe, I guess you would call this taupe, lining underneath it. And this is the kind of dress that I think would be just perfect with a petticoat to give it a nice full 1950s silhouette. I also love the bow at the waistline here for a little belt. I think that anything that defines the waist creates the perfect sort of hourglass shape, especially if that's what you're going for. But for most of us, having a defined and narrowed waist is what brings balance to our shape and gives us a very classic silhouette. So I love that about this dress. It does not have anything on the back of the bodice. It's just plain, and the belt goes all the way around. The last thing I want to note is these two strings here right on the bodice. So they're going to tie, one is inside and one is outside. They're going to tie together and make it sort of a pinched little bow, a little extra ruching there, if you will. Let me just tie this up real quick. Tie it up, nice little bow here. Okay, let's try this dress on. I feel like I'm ready for the elegant cocktail party, Hollywood glamour style in this dress. It is really lovely, and it is really light, actually. I did add a petticoat. I actually don't have a petticoat that's long enough. I know Retro Stage actually carries some petticoats, so they might. But just for this, I added a petticoat and I just kind of have shimmied it down so it hangs lower. But I do love the extra fullness in the skirt. And I want to show it to you without it, but I mean, this is the way I would wear it. I would definitely wear it with the petticoat because I like a full skirt. That's just me. So let me show you the ruching here in the mesh and the bow, and then the back. And now let me show you the dress without the petticoat. So this is the dress with no petticoat. Because of the one I was wearing, it's only slightly less full, so it's still beautiful, and it looks vaguely the same. I just, like I said, I just like that little extra fullness to the skirt, but you don't need it. It is just as beautiful without. And I think that you can even see just here that the butterflies really stand out on the print. These velvet butterflies really stand out against the taupe. So yeah, this is a beautiful dress, and it's a really good fit too. Thank you so much to Retro Stage for sponsoring this haul. I had so much fun trying all this stuff on. I was just really shocked at how great the quality on everything was for such inexpensive prices. And everything fit so well. I mean, really, especially the winter, the pencil dress. It was so thick and so warm and so soft. I couldn't believe that it was so inexpensive. So this has been such a great haul and such a great experience. I'm a big fan of Retro Stage now. I love the brand. If you want to keep up with me until my next video releases, you can follow me on Instagram or my blog. I will leave any promo codes that I find for Retro Stage in the description, as well as the links for everything we tried on today, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.